What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And I'm just finishing up my last meal of the day before I go to bed, which consists of a small mug of one of my favorite cereals and the last of these cotton candy grapes we got from Whole Foods. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my videos and the food I eat and my obesity for just a minute. Now, as you might have seen earlier, I made a video parodying the whole McWhopper thing that happened yesterday. I tend to do these types of things. I've been wanting to do a parody of food reviewers for a while, so I saw that as an opportunity to do that. My wife was really excited about the project. She wanted to get it done last night. Whenever my wife is excited about a project, I love to do this because that's when she's having fun and I'm having fun, and we're getting to do my dream job and both have fun at the same time. I did say before we filmed that video, though, that there was a real chance people were going to freak out if they saw me eating a cheeseburger. And I guess that was true. For the most part, 99.9% of the people had no problem watching that video, knew that it was a parody, knew that I didn't eat like that every day, knew that that's just what that was for the purposes of the video. However, a small percentage of people, and it is a very small percentage of people, have been very vocal about that, and I want to talk about that. Now, since those people seem to be so influenced by the types of food I eat, I thought I would eat something nice and healthy to give them something to feel better about. Now, the first thing you want to know is I don't really like hamburgers or cheeseburgers anymore. They're not very good to me. Back when I was a bachelor and before I met my wife, I used to eat them all the time. Sometimes 5, 6, 7 days, 8 days in a row. I don't want to eat that type of food anymore. It's disgusting to me. That's what I ate when I was a bachelor. Now that I have a wife who doesn't mind cooking, she cooks a lot at home. We eat a lot of natural, decent foods, whole foods that we get from the local fresh market that's prepared here every day, and it's great. My biggest problem isn't the types of food that I eat, it's the volume of food that I eat. This pound of grapes, for example, only lasted about 3 days. Now, every time I make a video talking about my weight or talking about my health problems or talking about food, the majority of you are supportive and kind and awesome, and I love you for that. But some of you tend to use this as an opportunity to complain, to try to act superior, to try to say you're better than me or you do better than me, to tell me how bad I am because of how easy it is. And I got to tell you the truth, man, that stuff used to really bother me. Doesn't bother me so much anymore. I have learned through years of therapy, years of self-help, and years of just dealing with this bullshit that the people who complain during those periods of times, they're not supportive, they're not your friends, they're not there to be for you or to help you. They are there to tear you down brick by brick. They're there to shit on your parade. They're there to cause you as much pain and damage as humanly possible, and they are ultimately there to make themselves feel better, and that's super sad. Now, admittedly, some of you are actually trying to help and you just don't know any better, and that's okay. Hopefully you'll learn from this video. You see, losing weight at this age and this size with all of the mental issues that I have from the PTSD and the depression and the compulsive overeating disorder is a super difficult and complicated venture. One that it should not surprise you to know that I'm particularly shitty at. My failure rate right now is sitting at like 100%. I get a plan, I get it super excited, I try it out, I work with it for a while. Eventually this crippled brain of mine makes me fuck up. I get super depressed, I talk about it on YouTube, people say a bunch of shitty things, that makes me super depressed. I go try something else new, I fuck it up, I try something else new, I screw it up, I try something else new, and I screw it up over and over and over again. And for those of you who've been watching this entire time, you've seen that happening now for 5 years. But it's actually been happening for a lot longer than that. It's been happening for the last 41. The character Voss from Far Cry 3 says that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, and I'm just that kind of crazy because I'm never giving up on myself, and I'm going to keep trying as many times as it takes. I'm either going to die skinny or I'm going to die trying to be. Let's face the facts. After 41 years of overeating, one cheeseburger at this point or one plate of grapes is not going to make a huge difference. It's a repeated pattern of doing better that will make a difference, and that's why I've lost about 60 pounds since I started trying, or about 30 pounds since I met DDP. The point of all of this is to answer those of you who are critical about the last video or critical about me overall. Some of you have said it's clear that I'm not trying at all because you can't see the results, but many of the results I've made in the last 5 years don't take place here, they take place up here. Some of you said that I only used that video as an excuse to eat those disgusting foods, but there would be no reason to do that because it was about an hour after we purchased it that we filmed the video. By then, they were cold, they were congealed, and they were disgusting. It was hard to even put it into my mouth. A lot of you said that clearly I'm eating like that every day, and that's why I decided to shoot that video, and that I just lie to you about it. But what reason would I ever have to lie to you about any of this? I'm not doing it for you, and ultimately, I don't care if you know what a fat ass I am. I'll always be honest with you because it's not going to change anything. I'm not trying to eat better for you. I'm trying to eat better for me. And as long as I'm not lying to myself, and I can't because I'm here all the time, it doesn't matter what you think. And sadly, some of you have said that that was the final straw for you. You weren't going to watch anymore. You didn't want to watch me slowly kill myself or something along that lines. And you know, that sucks because I love it when people root for me, and I'm always rooting for you. And I hate to see you go. But if it was just one cheeseburger that stood between me and you, and that's all it took to sever this, then I guess this wasn't that great to begin with. And I'll see you in another life. I'm real fucking tired of being ashamed of who and what I am. And I'm real fucking tired of trying to hide that from you guys. And I gotta tell you something, even though I've tried to hide it from you, it's clear that that's never going to work. And that's why over the last 6 months, I've tried to be more open and more honest about this stuff rather than refusing to talk about it. I am really beginning to learn to love me. And I want you to love me too. But you have to realize that a big part of who I am is a middle-aged, obese guy whose body is failing on him, who has spent 41 years struggling with his mental disorders, and there's a very real chance that this body is going to give out before I'm ever able to overcome what's wrong with this brain. Because I want to level with you, man. I want to beat this thing. I really do. And I'm trying very, very hard every day. And I think there's a real chance that we're going to do that. And I hope you're there with me in the winner's circle when I do to high-five me, okay? But I think there's probably an equal chance that I'm going to die fat and still trying. And that's really hard to accept. And if that's too hard for you to accept, I understand. Because, man, it's been real hard for me to deal with that. So if you gotta go, man, don't let the door split you or the good Lord hit you on your way out. Just go. But if you choose to stick with me, win or lose, I can promise it's going to be a hell of a ride. Okay, I'm going to go upload this video, and then I'm out of grapes, so I'm going to go be hungry until it's time to finally fall asleep, and then we'll wake up tomorrow and do it all over again. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak with you again soon.